right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
S-T-R-O. Yeah. How many of y'all came to win?
All right, Coach, from the home of the Bills since 1973, there's a look at New Era Field just outside of Buffalo, New York. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. This will be taken in at the 1. And some space here. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Well, that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
On the ground with the rookie Devin Singletary. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On first down, they stick with Singletary. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Hauschka adds the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken at the 3. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Shotgun now for Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Throwing now is Allen. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Check 19.
Check 52's the mic. Record.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Charkandrick West, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Hauschka with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. From the 29, Wentz, and they take him down. The Bills get to him. Lorenzo Alexander in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Working from the gun, Wentz. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Off the edge, Jerry Hughes gets the sack.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
At their own 46-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 45-yard line.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Hey, Charlie.
Watch the slap.
To throw, it's Allen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And some room to maneuver. The 20, 10, and he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
You see me up here? That's right.
Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make our score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Now Allen to try again after the pick six. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz. That's caught by Jackson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. So they're fired out. That's a big gain. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets them up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Throwing his Wentz. Gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Howard. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. A gain of 3, second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Wentz. He'll hit Jackson complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 16 yards, a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson Wentz, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Elliott good on the extra point, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Zach Brown in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Check 52. Watch twist. Watch twist. Check. Check 24. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. On the ground, it's Singletary. Give the tackle that time to Rodney McLeod.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, got to make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Let's go, Nady!
Half. 53. You're not ready. You're not ready. Big ass.
5 wide.
53's a mark. 53. Check 53.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running with Howard. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Really good stop there by the end in this 4-3 defense.
And not just pass rushers anymore, are they? Those guys can use their hands, control the point of attack, shed those blockers, and go get those ball carriers.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now this time, Wentz will throw. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They begin here with a run by West. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
From the gun, it's Allen. And the grab by Croft. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Bills are certainly happy to have a healthy Tyler Croft. Remember, he had a season-ending foot injury last year with the Bengals in Week 5. So the Bills get him, and he re-injures that same foot in May in OTAs. But out there now and says he's feeling pretty good. Allen. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over a 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And Dixon has it. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get in field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run with Howard. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Running from the gun with Howard. And there on the tackle, Shaq Lawson. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. On the delay, it's Howard. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end.
Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Matt Milano gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Wentz. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
At their own 18-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On 2nd down, Singletary, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Check 53's mine. Check 53's mine. I got one.
Allen gonna throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise,
trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Singletary to get the drive started. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. This is Wentz. And an alley to run. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Every team in the league always wants explosive plays, breakout plays, and even more so when it's your horse who's had a tough time during the game.
Yeah, not that great in the first half. Maybe he can recalibrate here in the 3rd and then carry that over to the 4th.
I like that. Recalibrate. Strong.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give him a lot of confidence to help turn things around. They go right back to Singletary. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Allen now operating from the gun. And that's complete to Croft. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Let's get round 80. Night, sweetheart. Watch.
They'll run on first down. Singletary. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 50-yard line.
50, 57. I got one. Slam.
Now West. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
I know you feel that.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Half 85.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. Now watch run.
Allen now looks to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nigel Bradham flying in and laying the lumber defensively.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. He just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Going for it on 4th down. Allen. And it is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Back at the 46-yard line.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Wentz now to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Jerry Hughes able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. To throw is Wentz. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Here's Singletary. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Allen from the gun, he'll throw. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack on 1st down, Allen. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Singletary here running out of the gun. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I don't think you got it, son. Tighten up.
Singletary again. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Completes it to Dixon. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
They will run with Singletary. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Middle.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Check. He's checking. Crash.
56.
On 2nd and 9. Allen, short one here, complete to Dixon. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He gets it to Brown, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. John Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Hauschka now for the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Go.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
On 2nd and 9. Wentz. It's caught by Jackson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Howard. He's got the first down and more past midfield. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is now 13. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Allen will try again on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Allen completes it to Dixon. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk to the 45. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
52, too little, Captain.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Allen to throw it. Complete to Jones. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
52. Stop your whining.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Derek Barnett able to record his 5th sack of the season. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Here we go, Pac-Man. Waiting.
Know your job.
Well, I know at points of this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Philadelphia, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6.